Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Come on, set. Mike, go to base. Mike's by 4. Dog down. Jump. Watch QB jump. Shift.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the ground, this is the former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
We own them. Check your hot read. Watch out, watch out. Ready.
They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
On the double. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Your track.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's a good shot.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So you had to figure that sooner or later someone was going to top Matt Prater's record of 64, and officially this one will go in the record books at 65.
You saw him lining up for this, and you just thought to yourself, you know, he could make this. And sure enough, to be here to see it, that's pretty darn awesome.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check the backer, check the backer. Two. I got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Hey, come on, no.
Now Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. At defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, and let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. When you practice these situations, it's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic could get you scored on again. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
You got nothing today.
After the run, Greer going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 5-4. You go, night.
Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. He's going to air one out. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Kill.
Cousins gives way to Cook.
Go, run.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Slam, slam, slam.
Protein spill.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Watch the curl, watch the curls. Shift. Check 31, check 31.
And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, second down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Got it.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Wahoo! 61, matchbox lights.
Kill. Rush in.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike's 54. Mike's
Move.
Watch the pass.
Fight.
From the gun on third down, Greer. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the set.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Rip left.
Get it.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. A gain of 6 there on first.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Ready. 18 Gator.
5-4. Now watch run. Deuce.
Topper.
Watch twist. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
Second down, McKinnon. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Set, ready. 18 Gator.
It's just me and you. Check 20 down.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Down. 30 base.
59. Mike the
Fan.
Out.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Check.
Hey, Echo.
No. Off.
Let's go.
Mike, check. 59.
Big grip.
Go.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Cook. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. 49, check 300. Check 49.
Mike 10.
Hey, Delta.
Watch twist.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Man, I got you.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike's 54.
On 2nd and 9, Greer. He'll buy some, and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Double up. He's coming, double up.
Greystone, travel.
Check safety.
They start the drive with Cook. Nifty move. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the screen.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here's Cousins. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Let's go, D. Big series
Second
right
quarter
here.
action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Boys, let's go. Let's go.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. No room to be had there on the first down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr., had the tackle.
Mike 10. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing on second down, Cousins. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings send out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Mike 7. Let's go. Hey, 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Yo.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Kane. Now the ball comes loose. And this belongs to the Vikings. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins to throw it this time. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up second.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Leo!
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Let's go. I'm playing the wrong football.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
You got him.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will not... be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Tight dog.
Now Cousins. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Rose. Wait, hot.
From the gun, here's Cousins. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Uchenna. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost?
Oh, now Greer, he fumbled the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often... unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mike's by four. Yeah, that's what I do.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Greer. That's complete to his receiver, Kane.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
50 plant.
Right there, 54 Mike.
You don't know no better.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Under 10. 5.
Now McKinnon. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ready?
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Hey, tight.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Out of the gun, Greer. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Cook. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, seam 6.
Greer will look to throw on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Moore. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Okay, baby, I see you.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Greer looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
What's my name? Okay. Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Rabbit.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Cousins now. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On first down, McKinnon again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Pumphrey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here we go. 50-30 base. Watch 54. Let's go. Get set. Check 37.
SOS. He's coming. We got double up.
Hey, lock it.
Check 52.
They go with a fullback line. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Room here to run, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 23-yard run. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. 77 yards, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
They do tack on the extra point as well, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Check 24, check
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here again is McKinnon, and he stopped immediately there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run here with Pumphrey, and they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game.